So, do you know tomorrow's December? I'm not really sure how that happened. No, not that. Tomorrow's December. That's just crazy. Alright, hey, come on.
Alright, guys.
So, Chantel bought a new car for $21,000. The value of the car is depreciating. That sounds like an important word. At a rate, yes, this means decreasing. At a rate of 18% a year. Write a recursive formula that models the situation. Do you remember what recursive looks like? That A sub n stuff. A sub n minus 1. And then I got a little trick for you. This is going to be the, these are all ratios. These are exponential. Right. So, 95% of the time, you're going to have 1 plus or minus the percentage. This is minus because it's the percentage. And what is? 18. So, 0.18. Thank you. Felt like you had to prove to me that you did homework. All right, and then what else do you have to tell me? A sub 0 equals 21,000. So here's the deal. Believe it or not, you can actually leave it like this. Sometimes you will see they will give you formulas that look like this. If this totally bothers you and you would prefer to actually do the subtraction and tell me that it's 0.82, that is 100% correct as well. I do not care which one you do. It does not matter. They are both correct. Okay? So if you have no problem remembering to subtract, please remember to subtract, or you just really like to simplify, you can jump right to the 0.82. Okay? Because your equation is not showing you how much you're decreasing, it's showing you how much value it's maintaining. So it's maintaining 82% of its value. Does that make sense? So if you're defining your variables and writing an exponential equation, we got x and y. What is my a and n's and a sub n's? Which is which? What's a and what's x and what's y? In the land of x, y. Hey, zone in, guys. Back at school. Got 5-day weeks coming up. X is going to be the years. X is also your n value. So this is time in years.
And then the y is going to be the cost.
Y is going to be the cost. What letters do we use for y up here? Like n is your x value. So what's your y value? A sub n. Yeah, that's like an f of x. Right? So this is the cost. Okay, or the value of your car. Okay. So what would an exponential equation look like? Man, oh man, come on. Yeah. You can still use a sub n if you want to. Once it says equation and it doesn't say explicit is a sub n, I convert it into y and x, but it doesn't matter. Exponential though, what does that mean? Y equals mx plus c is linear, goes up at a constant rate. You're adding something every single time.
Oh.
So exponential, what are you doing every single time?
You divide each time.
You're multiplying every single time, which bumps x into your exponent. Okay? It's exponential because x is in the exponent. Okay? So we always start off with our starting value. So in this case, the 21,000, however you prefer to write it. Then you're going to have what you're multiplying by each time, and you're going to raise it to the x, or in this case, to the n. I don't care which variables you use for this. If it says recursive, you got to use a sub n. That's just a thing. Okay? So what am I multiplying by each time? .82. And again, if you want to leave it as the 1 minus 18, that's fine. The 1 minus 0.18. Just make sure that you are careful putting things in your calculator. I think if you write it this way, you make less errors in the calculator. That's just an observation from a teacher standpoint of things that I've seen. So far, so good? All right. So how do we use this? To our advantage. How can we figure out how much the car is worth in 5 years? Row 5 into the x value, as simple as this. This is your x value. So we've got 21,000 times 0.82 to the 5th power. To the 5th power. Anybody got a calculator in front of them? Can they throw that in there for us? Go ahead. Tell me what you get. There are calculators in the back. You're probably going to want them today. Times 0.82 to the 5th power. That little caret, the little some big numbers. 7785. 7785 point what? Give me 253. So 54. So the car will be worth $7,785.54. Do you know that if you buy a brand new car, the second you drive it off the lot, it's worth less money? It's crazy. That's why I always buy used cars. And that way you're not as, like, in pain when you get your first dent. Because it happens. The dents always happen. Little scratches, little parking lot. I don't need follow. A little push start. It's beautiful. My keys stay in my bag. It's a beautiful thing. I can't figure out cars that have keys now. I'm like, what are those extra steps? I try and like leave the keys in the car. I don't know what to do. Spoiled. My birthday gift to myself many years. 5 years.
Would you like to participate in that?
No, I would not. Considering the fact that one of my friends in high school died that way. So I would highly suggest you not do either. Not a very smart thing to do. Alright, how do we figure out when the car will be worth 1/3 of its value? What is 1/3 of its value? Huh? 7,000 would be 1/3 of its value, so when will it be equal to $7,000? How do I figure that out?
Well, you can plug in 7,000 into for Y, and you just solve that.
Do you know how to solve for x if x is up here?
Yeah. Square root.
No, that's when it's squared. We're going to get to this soon. We're going to get to this soon. That's the exact thing you want to do, right? So right now we got to play a little bit of the guess and check game. You do have a graphing calculator to your advantage. You could graph this equation and go to the table. But if we need to know get to 7,000 and we're already at 7,785, we're probably pretty close, right?
Right.
So you could multiply by 0.82 again and see what you get. That would be the 6th year. Multiply again, see what you get the 7th year. You're probably going to hit it pretty soon. And it's going to be between 2 of those years. What is it going to be between? Go ahead and figure it out. What do you get when you throw a 6 in there? What do you get as that?
6,386.
When you have a 6 as an exponent? So it's got to be between that 5th and 6th year then, right?
Right.
There you go. Easy as that.
So it doesn't have to be specific.
It can't be. Exponentials are always messy. So you just got to make sure if you're writing a sentence that you use the appropriate grammar. Right between these years. before this year, after this year, something like that. Make sense? Yeah, but these are word problems, and you can't just float and chug. You need to actually show me that you understand what's happening in the context of this problem. You picking up what I'm throwing down?